What's up, guys? We continue recapping the best of 2023 in the world of Canadian mixed martial arts, and today we are looking at the best promotions of the year. Pretty self-explanatory here. We're looking at the promotion that put on the best shows this year. It's quite simple. It's only gonna be a top 5 today, so I got plenty honorable mentions, and they're basically all the other promotions that didn't make the top 5 and that we're putting on events this year. So we've got Branded Fighting Championship, the New Era Fight Promotions, Havoc FC, Absolute MMA, the Thicc Fight Club, Mamba Fight League, Rumble in the Cage. And for our two last, they put on full professional events in Ontario. We've got the Durham Fight Series. I can't really put them on the list because they only had one event. It was a good event, but I need to see more from them. And then we've got Prospect Fighting Championships. You know, it's one of my favorite promotions in the country, but fortunately for them, I had to cancel an event at the end of the year, and I think their future is a little bit uncertain right now. So I didn't really want to put him in the top 5 for that reason. But yeah, let's now go to number 5 with BTC Fight Promotions. They held 4 events this year from BTC 19 to BTC 22. They put on 2 events in their home gym in Burlington, Ontario, which is really the home base for BTC. They also went to Kitchener and Kingston. There were more people in Kingston than Kitchener. I think the Kitchener one was maybe disappointing in terms of the attendance, but yeah, BTC Fight Promotions, with all the changes that are going on right now in the world of mixed martial arts in Ontario, they are the promotion that are keeping it strong. They're the oldest Ontario promotion, with now their 23rd show being planned for March of 2024, and I can't wait to see what they got in store for us next year. Number 4, I gotta give it to Fight League Atlantic. It was a major year for the Atlantic promotion, who were able to present us with 6 shows, which is the most shows in the top 5. The thing with Fight League Atlantic, why it can't be higher right now, is that their shows are still like mostly amateur fights with some pro fights at the end. But what you gotta see and appreciate from Fight League Atlantic is that they started the year off in January with an event that had 2 pro fights on it, and it was really their average of 1 to 2 pro fights per event, up to Fight League Atlantic 7. But we've seen this year really be able to move some of the amateur talent that they're building up to the pro levels, and we've seen their last show of the year, Fight League Atlantic 12, had 4 pro fights, which is double the amount of the pro fights that were on the first event of the year. So each and every event, they're able to bring more guys up to the pro level. They're able to put more pro fights on their event, and I have no doubt that in a couple of years, Fight League Atlantic will be able to have 8 to 10 pro fights like the top 3 promotions on the list, and they're really on their way up. They're making some big moves in Eastern Canada, and I really have to appreciate their work by putting them at number 4 on the list of the best Canadian promotions of 2023. So let's go to the top 3, which is a very clear top 3, and it's gonna be controversial because people from BC are gonna tell me, nah, BFL is number 1. You guys know it. People from Alberta and some people from Ontario are gonna tell me, you all know that Unified is the top promotion in the country, and people from Quebec are gonna tell me that Samourai is the top promotion in the country. So how are we gonna do this? At number 3, I've got BFL, for the simple fact that between the top 3 promotions, they're the one that put on the less events this year. They put on 3 events. They were 3 absolutely amazing events. BFL 76 and 77 were some of the craziest events we've seen this year. BFL 78 maybe didn't live up to the hype of the 2 other events, but yeah, they're still able to put on some of the highest level MMA events in Canada each and every time they come around. The BFL 77 event, a night before the UFC 289 in Vancouver, was the big highlight of their year, and I am absolutely not scared for BFL, who are already booked for February 8th in Vancouver, so they look to start the year 2024 early and be able to put on more events than last year. I can't wait to see it. I got him at number 3 for this year, Battlefield Fight League. At number 2, I've got Unified MMA, and it was a weird year for Unified, as I feel like it was like a tale of 2 years, basically. They really ended 2022 strong with 2 events in 2 days, one in Toronto on December 16 of 2022, and the other one on December 17 of 2022. And I don't know if they took a lot of their roster or whatever for that event, but it really took them a while to get going this year. They had their first event, Unified 50, on March 31st, then went to Ontario, Niagara Falls in June for their second event. Then they really got the ball going as they presented an event in Calgary in September, another one in Ottawa in October, and they were able to close the year out with probably their best event of the year, Unified 54 in Edmonton. So yeah, they had 5 events in total, but you could feel that their year started off really slow, but they really got the ball going. And I feel like if they were able to get the ball rolling a little bit earlier, they would have been the clear number 1 spot for this year, because their last 3 events were really strong. They're already set up for a milestone event in Toronto the day before UFC 297, like it was the case with BFL this year. Unified are doing the same thing next year for the UFC event in Toronto, and it's going to be a milestone event. They're going to be the clear runner-up to be the promotion of the year if their January 19th event can deliver like we think it's gonna deliver. But for this year, it was really tough choosing between Unified and Samourai, but I have to put Unified at number 2. And the reason why Samourai MMA is my promotion of the year is basically because they started promoting in November of 2021. Then were able to put on 3 shows in 2022, and they were able to keep growing in 2023, putting on 4 shows and almost 5 shows. They're planned for February 2, but we almost had that show on December 2, which would have been 5 shows in a year, which would have been absolutely incredible for a newer promotion like Samourai MMA. And the reason why I put them over Unified for this year is that I feel like the caliber of event was pretty much the same. Like maybe there was one event for Samourai that didn't have the headliners of the other events. Generally, the caliber of MMA that Samourai is presenting to you is equivalent to Unified, is equivalent to Battlefield Fight League, and they're so new, and already they're seen as a top 3 promotion MMA in Canada. Already they're seen as a place where the best in the country go to fight the best in the country, and to be already established like that as a top 3 promotion in the country just a little more than 2 years after your existence, that means that you just had one hell of a year. And Samourai, to be able to do that within that very short time span, I have to give them promotion of the year for 2023. They really established themselves as a top dog in Canada, and I can't wait to see what's next with them, because we really have 3 rock solid MMA promotions right now in the country, and they're gonna be battling it out for the promotion of the year every year. It's gonna be super exciting. All 3 of the promotions are booked for early in the year, January or early February, so we're gonna get 2024 rolling real quick this time around, and I can't wait to see which promotion is gonna be the best next year. But for this year, I gotta give the crowd to Samourai MMA. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and a comment if you like. Please subscribe to make sure to not miss any of the year-end list for 2023. And see you guys next time.